Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Volta TST meeting. Thanks for joining. As usual, the call is public and recorded and will be shared on YouTube, so please be mindful of the comments you make and the information you share with the group. I wanted to hold the TST today because it was the last one before the end of the year. And also, I wanted to give an update to everybody on the status of the release. And see if there were any other topics that people wanted to talk about. So first up, again, an update is on the 2.6 vOLTHA release. We have tagged all the components and the different Helm charts. We still not have tagged the vOLTHA system tests or CI management repos for 2.6. In general, those things and the vOLTHA docs or the last ones we need to tag. There is also a vOLTHA ONOS, which is still not yet tagged because we need a 2.2.7 release from the ONOS team. We just wanted to make sure that the tests were pretty stable before we ask for the release from the ONOS guys, and before we tag then vOLTHA ONOS. That is the only component that has not been tagged. Everything else has been, and apart from some issues in the test setups that we encountered, the tests that actually ran on 2.6 have shown pretty good results. There's still a few minor things here and there that might need some fixing. So if you go in Jenkins, as usual, there's a 2.6 tab. Some of those tests, as I said, didn't run because I had to reboot, for example, the Berlin pod this morning. So as you can see, some of the tests on the Berlin pod didn't run. These are with the OpenONUPy. Just we are keeping a few jobs with the OpenONUPy. We need to investigate why those fails, but we have seen them passing, so it's just a test issue. This was just ran. There's a few issues we're going to take a look at, but one tcont gem on the ONF demo pods, 25 out of 25. There might be a few in here that I missed adding actually. And so even though here these don't look that great, we are actually in pretty good shape for the release. There's only minor fixes here and there that might need to go in. I expect these to be green or mostly green by the end of today, as soon as we have a chance to run them. As I said, the Berlin pod had to be rebooted, and there were some issues in the 2.6 vOLTHA system tests repo that needed to be fixed before we could run these. Any questions? No. The one thing I want to mention is that we are keeping Turk Telecom and an AT&T job with the OpenONU Python for a number of reasons. First and foremost is that we're still tagging and releasing a 2.6 version of the Python adapter, just to have the latest version with all the changes that went in be there and fixed and tests. We're using AT&T and Turk Telecom, not because we don't like the folks at Deutsche Telekom, but just because we have a pretty good confidence that if those two work, the DT job also does work, because these two exercise the system and the adapter in a way that is much heavier than the Deutsche Telekom workflow, both in terms of technology profiles, multi-tcons, and things like that. So it's just plain and simple. We need spaces on the jobs, on the pods to run jobs, and having these two on the Python adapter is looking fine by us. And we're pretty confident that the DT one works as well. If we manage to squeeze in some space here and there, we might add a Deutsche Telekom job for the Python adapter too. The other ones are all running the Go adapter. That became the default as of last week. So as of last week, we merged a patch which moved the adapter, the OpenONU Go adapter, to be the default for the 2.6 release. We have done that because we have pretty good confidence within the team And given the results of the test jobs that we were having in both at scale, multi-stack, multi-OLT, and in hardware, that the Go adapter was performing as expected with the feature parity with the with the Python version. So that's why we switched. And the default one will be the Go version for the release. And the master one going forward will master code base will always, if you use kind of vOLTHA, deploy the OpenONU Go adapter. And that is what ONF suggests as actually requires for the future releases to be the default. And also, as of the 2.6 release, we're stopping all development of the Python version. So we don't expect any patches to come into the Python version. And we expect to switch all development of features, bug fixes, and improvements on the Go version of the adapter. Before I go forward, any questions on this? No? Okay. The other topic I had for today was a final review of the issues for 2.6. I have these two. This one is actually already, the patch is already merged for this one. I just need to take a look at the results of the test and make sure they ran fine. This one is also a patch that I was working on, and I already have, and I'll make sure Matteo takes a look at it today, and we finalize it and we merge it. This one was something that just came up today with on the vOLTHA Discuss mailing list. If you notice, there is a thread that exactly talks about the EIP ONUs not getting updated from not getting really processed by the Go adapter. The fix is very simple. There's already a patch from Holger. I'm going to discuss with him and the rest of the folks at ONF if we want to put it into 2.6 or we want to just keep it into master, because at the moment at ONF we don't have any of such ONUs to test with, so I don't really know how to test this. Is anybody here interested in having this into 2.6? Meaning, is this a blocker for anybody?
So it's not the ONU itself, it's just a mode in which the ONU can be used, right?
Yes, yes.
There's VIP and then there's the PP something, I forgot.
Yeah.
PTP, yeah.
Yeah, PTP. So I guess we don't have test in that mode.
No. The fix should be pretty simple.
Okay.
But again, as I said, I am not 100% confident that this works because I have no way of testing this. This was reported by a guy in the vOLTHA Discuss mailing list. He provided the logs to the folks of the OpenONU Go adapter, and Holger provided the fix. But as of right now, at least myself, and please, Sir Girish, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's no ONU that we can set to this mode within ONF, or can we?
No, we can. It's just you know, in one mode, the mode that we use it in, all the ports on the ONU show up as unis, right? And in this other mode, I believe the uni is a virtual port, and then all the ports on the ONU are basically LAN ports. I think that's the difference. So yeah, it's not like we're going to develop tests that take that into account in the next couple of days. So
yeah.
best case I would say is that if you get it in and make sure that the mode that we use it in still works, it's good for now.
Okay.
But that is subject to how much else we have going. I mean, I would like to see the test be green before we attempt this. Not even sure if we should. Okay, let's see how it goes over the next couple of days.
Yes, agreed.
And then we'll make a call.
Okay. Sounds good. But I'll probably go ahead and merge the master as soon as it passes test for Jenkins. If it passes test on Jenkins, I'm probably going to go ahead and merge it on master. And we're going to at least have a certain data point on master, because as of right now, the code bases of master and 2.6 are very similar. So if we merge the master and we see it pass, we have a pretty good confidence that it's going to pass in 2.6 as well.
Sounds good. Is code freeze? I guess we've lifted it on master, right? We've branched out, and so yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yes. As of right now, except for vOLTHA system tests and vOLTHA ONOS, because of the things I spoke about before, we are effectively lifting code freeze in master. Just as always, please be a little aware until we make the final release. But the master is open for merging. I know there are patches, especially around the error reporting and the proto changes that the Ken and the Sienna team is making that are almost at the finish line. So I think those will go in whenever we can. Any other task that was? Sorry, go ahead, sir.
Oh no, I was just saying I'm fine with your plans. Thanks.
Okay, perfect. So there's a few other JIRAs. Theo, can we close 3619?
Well, I think
no.
Yeah, I think that work is not complete.
7.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll just. Okay.
So basically, the matrix is there, but we're not collecting and combining the results yet.
I see. Okay. Sounds good. As I said, this one I just need to take a look at the test. I actually scheduled the job. I haven't had the time to take a look at it because of the dealing with the failures that I was showing with in the jobs before. These are just epics, so this don't really matter. So effectively, after these two get merged, we can call the release done. We have already prepared all the documentation for the release. We just need to get a few things merged first. For the documentation, especially the multi-stack documentation that Matteo prepared, that's a key component of the release. So we need to get that merged. And it's in Gerrit. We're just getting a few kinks of the documentation job worked out to get that merged. Okay. So all seems to be on track for the release to happen on Friday the 18th, as per schedule and as per our timeline. This would give us some time during the Christmas break to take off and enjoy, and then we can come back strong in January to start with the 2.7 release. In the meantime, we are already preparing and at least thinking within ONF of the possible 2.7 features, but we will make sure to run those through the operators and the TST before we make a final 2.7 roadmap. Okay. Does anybody have any questions or anything related to the 2.6 release that they want to share? If I'm not mistaken, there are 4 known issues with the 2.6 release that I just want everybody to be aware of and make sure that nobody is caught unaware of these. So we don't have MIB audit in the OpenONU Go adapter. It's just something that we didn't manage to get in. We thought it was not fundamental, and we just said we're going to do it in the 2.7 release. We are also performing scale tests and multi-stack tests with the incubator charts and not the etcd bitnami, which is still the default for any other deployment. And this is because of the etcd discussion we had a few TST back around what's the decision and what do we want to do actually with the etcd and the persistency. And given that that discussion was not settled, was not done, we decided that we are okay to release with the incubator charts for etcd for scale jobs to effectively avoid using any type of persistency with the etcd. And in the 2.7 release, we're going to finalize this discussion that we started having and make a final commitment on whether to use persistency or not use persistency and how to deal exactly with etcd with the new etcd bitnami charts, even for scale. So that's another one. The scale results for Turk Telecom do not include multicast. So IGMP joins and leaves and group programming and flow programming for multicast is not yet tested at scale. That is another known issue that we plan to address in the future. Last one is that multiple instances of the OpenONU Go adapter do not work, meaning that we have seen the capability of the system with the new OpenONU Go adapter to reach the scale that before we were reaching with 8 Python adapter with just 1 adapter. Thus, it was not a requirement for 2.6 to include the multi ONU Go adapter, meaning the capability to deploy multiple instances of that adapter within a vOLTHA stack. That is not to say that we will not do it. It's just that the changes and the capability is not there yet. But we don't need it to reach the scale numbers that we are advertising with 2.6, meaning that the 10K subscribers with multiple vOLTHA stacks and the 1,000 on 2 OLTs per each workflow. We don't need multiple ONU adapters in Go, so we're perfectly fine releasing with that. It's just something that if you try, just be aware that it won't work. The patch should be pretty straightforward. I started working on it, but it's probably not going to make it into 2.6. But as I said, the scale numbers are perfectly fine with just 1 instance. We do have Jira stories for all of these. I have not copied them here. I will do that before we do a final release of the documentation and the release notes. If anybody's interested, we will share this document, but at the end, there will be a full list of everything that went into 2.6 as usual. Any questions on the known issues? Anything that you guys want to discuss here? Anything that anybody's not okay with? No? Okay. Then just be aware that whenever you use 2.6, these known issues are present. So just don't expect that if you try and do something that concerns these 4 elements, you're going to get any successful attempt at it. Okay. As usual, we'll update the docs.voltha.org site with a release-2.6 that will include basically effectively this page. And we will make it available to everybody as soon as the release is out. that was all I had. Seraf, Matteo, Girish, anything you want to add? Suchitra?
Happy holidays.
Absolutely, yeah. I just wanted to thank everybody for the great year we had, and it was challenging times, as everybody knows. But I think we managed to do a lot of stuff during this year, and I want to thank everybody and each of you personally. For my part, I would also really like to thank the Open a New Go Brigade, because we started this year with nothing there, and we managed to get to the end of the year with the complete rewrite of the adapter in functional parity. So thanks a lot to the folks at Adtren, Holger, Michael, Torsten, and thanks a lot to Chip, Odzge, and also Matteo and Girish from the ONF side. Was really a huge effort and a huge help that everybody put in for achieving this. So thanks a lot for that. And the Serb said, happy holidays to everybody. I hope you enjoy your family and get some good quality time with parents and family at large. And I'll talk to everybody on Slack if anything is needed before the end of the release and before the end of the year, or I'll see you guys next year, one of the first few days of January, to start a fresh new year where I know we will achieve even more than what we did this year. Thanks, everybody. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
All right.